The world needs you to be your most authentic self, because that is the greatest gift that you can give to humanity and to your soul. Because when you are the most authentic version of yourself, you are living your soul's purpose. And that's very important because you're the only person with your specific gifts, skill set, personality. You're the only one. So when you hide away parts of yourself, you shame yourself, you judge yourself, you allow the perspectives of the world and others to bog you down, then we need to free you from those shackles and really see that, you are your true self and people are going to judge you anyway. I want to get into this topic a lot more deeply in this video. But first, I'm going to introduce myself, and also please like and subscribe. Thank you to everyone who has. And by you commenting below, it helps boost the algorithm, which really is your gift back to me for taking my time to make this video so that I can help more souls and really impact the collective in the way that I am meant to. So please comment below your thoughts, feelings. I engage with all of my comments, unless if I don't get notifications sometimes for some reason, which is weird, but I do the best that I can to really stay on top of everyone and everything that you guys say. And so yeah, I love when you guys comment and I appreciate you. And if you don't know me already, my name is Grace Moralia. I specialize in trauma healing, limiting belief work, subconscious reprogramming, healing any inner wounds and blocks that keep you from living your true soul's purpose and being your most authentic self, so that you can love yourself and really be who you're meant to be. If you're interested in working with me, you can text my business phone number directly below to book a session. You can see the starting price and my rates. So only text me if you're interested in working with me. Please be respectful, because I get a lot of messages, and yeah, just please don't waste my time if you don't have interest in booking. If you're curious and have questions, that's fine, but please be respectful, because I'm here to serve, and that really supports my energy and my boundaries as well. So I love you so much. All right, I also do in-person retreats in Sedona, Arizona, private retreats, and I do online coaching programs that are deep dives into inner healing work, personal development, and really coming into who you truly are. So you can look at my website and testimonials below. All right, let's get into it. So there's so many masks that we wear in society that are given to us. We are taught to, for example, be a strong, independent business person. And when you're strong and independent, then you make it in this world and people like you. Or maybe you picked up the role as being a comedian because you figured that people like you because you're funny. Whatever, these are just somewhat good examples of the ways that we mold into society and that we find ourselves and we find our place, or we think we do, through these masks that aren't who we truly are. And sometimes these masks are good, right? Some parts of our ego, our personality are good, and many parts of them are. But there are also many ways that we put up false sense of self to the world because we think that it'll protect us, because it'll make us loved, and yada, 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 except for it actually really takes us away from the true essence of ourselves. And so when you feel that you're not being authentic in yourself, that's when you need to stop and say, how am I not honoring myself? How am I not honoring my soul? And why am I putting up this front? What do you get in return? I also wanted to pause and say, if you're wondering my age, I'm in my late 20s. I'm not going to tell you the exact age, but I'm also eternal, okay? So, yeah. Anyways, I wanted to move on from that. So, in what ways are you putting up a mask to your reality? This is the thing. Life mirrors you, and if you are into the spiritual community or more of the awakened sense and manifestation and things like this, you understand the concept that the reality that you are in mirrors you. Therefore, if you are not being authentic in your life, life will mirror those ways back to you. So the inner work that I facilitate is about removing the blocks, removing the wounds, removing the programming that keeps you from being who you are, so that you can accurately create, and if you want to use the word manifest, you can, the life that is meant for you. So how do we figure out in what ways we are not being authentic? Well, by the way that it feels. In trauma healing work, this is something that I mentioned in my last video, but we gauge what is true in our beings by how it feels. Now, this isn't the best, it's kind of delusional to go through your life making decisions based on only how it feels, right? It doesn't feel good to, cold plunge to me necessarily, but would it be good for my nervous system? Yes. So it's not about like, oh, I'm going to make my decisions only when it feels good. It's knowing that the truth for you will feel right. It will feel right. It will feel aligned. If something does not feel good about yourself and about the way that you feel, then it is something to be looked at and questioned. Are you being true to yourself in this moment? Or in what ways have you strayed away from yourself? Is a great way to look at it. What ways have you strayed away from yourself when you feel like you are out of alignment? Many people that I work with feel like they have multiple sides of their personality, not like you have multiple personality disorder or anything like that. I'm saying, one part of you feels this way, and one part of you feels this way, and one part of you is happy, and one part of you is sad, and one part of you is depressed, and one part of you is confused. And that makes up your feeling most of the day. And that's because you have different parts of you that are at play, and the ones that are out of balance are actually needing your attention and love and healing. So this is the type of work that we get into in trauma healing, subconscious reprogramming, and limiting belief work. It's called parts work. It's about identifying what part of you is out of balance, needs your love, like I said, and then pulling that part in and actually creating harmony in your being and healing in your being, so that you can come into more wholeness. Understand this. If you want your life to mirror who you truly are, you have to allow yourself to be who you truly are. If you want your life to mirror who you truly are, then you have to allow yourself to be who you truly are. And that means that you need to see the ways that you are not being who you are and why. I'm interested in the why, what you are afraid of, right? Because it all comes down, everything comes down to either love or fear. And every moment we are swayed in a direction. So the path of mastery to me is choosing love over fear, choosing trust over fear, because those feelings of fear that you can't be who you really are actually conditioning given to you by people in your past and by society, whether it be in school, your parents, your friends, your bosses, whatever, telling you that you need to be this certain way or else you blank. Or else what? If you want to be and create what you want to create and be who you want to be, then what's the problem? Like, everyone makes it a problem because they are suffering with judgment. To me, it's better to have other people judging you, because they're going to judge you anyways. Whether you are true to yourself, whether you are not true to yourself, people are going to come to their own damn conclusions about you and me. And guess what? That is not my business. I have had to develop extremely thick skin, and I know that as I continue to grow on this YouTube channel, because I've built other platforms. I built a TikTok following, shifted to YouTube, okay? I've been online for 3 years. I've been in practice in this line of work for 4 years. I've helped over 2,000 clients one-on-one to heal themselves and become their most authentic and true versions of themselves and align with their soul, using proven tools and strategies for trauma healing, limiting belief work, and subconscious reprogramming. Okay, like, I get a lot of shit, whether that be for my age or because I think outside the box, or maybe because I don't give a fuck, whatever. But you know what? I've stopped giving a fuck because of how much I've gone through. So I'm gonna be who I am, and that's a permission slip I continue to give myself, and I feel like it's important to say, because, like, If you are not being true to yourself, you are abandoning yourself. If you put other people's opinions above the voice of your own and what is right for you, you are abandoning yourself. So it leads me to the question of, would you rather be who you're meant to be, expand on that, find that deeper, heal yourself, be on the path of your highest purpose, a self-actualized version of your true soul self in a human body, serving humanity the way that you're meant to serve, breathing, living what you're meant to live? Or would you rather stay small and be judged anyway, ignoring yourself anyway, right? It's really not the vibe. It's not what we're doing here anymore, because your soul is calling you higher, and all ways you're not being authentic to yourself will mirror in your life. So this is a saying my grandpa told me, and I always thought I stick to it, because I started this healing journey 10 years ago. I dropped out of college and I didn't know what I was doing, and I just moved to Oakland, California. And I was fucking confused about why I dropped out of college. I just had this intuitive feeling that I needed to leave. And I dropped out on my birthday, the last day you could get a refund. I walked into the dean's office and I said, I'm out of here, packed up my bags and moved to LA with 2 suitcases. And long story short, ended up in Oakland, California, got an apartment. It's a lot deeper than this, but I'm not gonna, maybe another video I'll explain my actual story. But I remember I just was like, I don't know why I'm here and I don't know why I'm doing this. But I talked to my grandpa, and he's a very wise guy. He's a very wise Italian man, 100% Italian. And he said, it's just as important to know what you don't want as it is to know what you do want. And I think about that a lot, and I give this to my clients a lot, because it really shifted my perspective, as in it took me on the path of seeing, in what ways am I not being authentic? In what ways am I not being in integrity with myself and my values? And then it led me down the path of naturally uncovering and discovering ways that would reflect who I truly am, living in ways that reflected who I truly am, which ended up being a lot of yoga, I did a couple of sound healing trainings to become a sound healing practitioner. And then led me into energy healing, and then led me into writing my first book, and then that opened up my coaching business, and then I have been just building and really thriving and honing in on this since then. And it's not been easy at all. It really hasn't. This path is very challenging to listen to yourself, to be your most authentic self. And I'm the first person to say that. I was actually just telling one of my friends today how hard it is for me to continue to be doing this inner healing work, and to really be the pillar of light for people and for you guys, to really walk the talk and to embody the tools and to embody the change and to embody the self-love and integrity and healthy living that I need to be a leader of this paradigm. And I say that with a humble heart, but also as a strong warrior, because I have spent many lifetimes building up to this point and a lot of soul initiations in this life. And so that's why I'm able to sit here and share this with you from the most pure place I can. So that is that. Take what you will from that. The world needs you to be in your most authentic self, and that should be the forefront. I think that the biggest fear we should have is avoiding the truth of who we are, not what will happen when we go for it. Because what will happen when we go for it is liberation, and it will be us doing the things that we were meant to experience in this life. And too many people push down what they are meant to do because of fear. And remember, there's only 2 choices. There is love or there is fear. And we can always choose which wolf we are feeding. So choose your truth, and don't let someone take it away from you. Decide to expand on it. And if you need help doing this and healing your inner wounds and inner blocks, you can reach out to me directly if you are serious. Please be respectful, like I said. Please like and subscribe and comment How was this experience for you? I'm gonna get to bed. I'm filming this at like 12 a.m. because I was inspired to. And I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.